So I'm back with Chief Fuller.
Hello.
And I had, I guess I would say, the honor of going out to live burns. It was quite interesting to see. It was very humbling to see what your guys go through in order to prepare to keep us safe here in Brigantine. I will say I smelled like fire for probably a week. I washed my water bottle and I went to take a sip and I'm like, this still tastes like smoke.
Yeah.
But what is the name of the facility that I went out to watch these guys do their training?
So it's the Canale Fire Training Academy over in UHT.
Okay.
Anthony Canale.
And how often are the platoons going out there and training?
We go out there once a year, minimum. Usually in the fall, after the summer. It's a little cooler because being out there, it's already hot enough from burning. So,
yeah, it was a cooler day, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah, we want to go out and train with live fire in a safe manner.
Okay.
So that's the purpose of this, where you can't just burn any abandoned house and train in it.
And it does. It looks just like it's a simulated home. I noticed looked like it was built out of brick. And then what are they burning inside the home? Because it was incredibly smoky. I expected to see like flames shooting out of these windows, so I was a little disappointed. But it was very smoky.
So we burn Class A combustibles. It's a clean straw.
Okay.
So there's no pesticides or anything in like that. It's the cleanest smoke that you're going to get.
Okay.
At least it'll keep out some of the toxins that you find in smoke.
Okay. And then I noticed while your guys they were using your new ladder, I think was out there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They were going in and out and just training up and down, going into this live burn situation. Right behind that building was what looked like a high rise. So what goes on in that building?
So that is they call it the drill tower.
Okay.
That's a multi-use drill tower building where you can do high angle rappelling from it, confined space simulations in there. That day we were utilizing it for our high-rise operations. We don't have high rises in Brigantine, but we have mid and low rises where these operations are still the same, but you're not going 20 stories in the air, but it still requires the same job functions.
So what buildings in Brigantine would fall under that high-rise category that your crew would need this type of training?
So anyone that's under our low and mid-rise would be like the La Semana across the street, the hotel on the beach, Brigantine Beach Club, these 4- and 5-story buildings that are made of concrete and steel, where it has its own standpipe in it. We can't, even the school, where we can't reach it with our pre-connected hoses from the fire apparatus. So we have to bring in our own hoses and connect to pipes that are built into the building. And then water is supplied to these pipes through either fire pumps or from fire apparatus connecting to special FDCs or fire department connection. Okay,
so there is a difference when you're putting out a fire in someone's home versus a building like the school. Is the standpipe something that is inside the building and that's where you're going to get access to water?
Yes. Typically in like hotels and such, they're connected in the stair towers.
Okay.
That's where you're gonna find most of them. They might be cabinets hidden in the walls. Not really hidden, I shouldn't say that, but blended in because they're not aesthetic, you know, to maybe the interior of the building. In the schools, they're predetermined locations based on the design when they built the building.
So are you all required to have all of that memorized, or when you go into a building, is there something that you're referencing to kind of refresh your memory?
Well, we do it through what we call pre-plans. So we take walks through the buildings on Fridays once a week. We pick a different building and we do a walkthrough or a pre-plan, and we look for utility locations, standpipe connections, what kind of alarms do they have. So then that way we're checking out the building in a non-emergent manner, because when it's time for an emergency, you don't want to be guessing where it's at.
We appreciate that. We don't want you guessing. We want to know you know exactly where you're going, get us out, and keep us all safe.
So if you see us just walking around and hanging out, we're actually doing some reconnaissance of the property.
They're really not on a coffee break.
Yeah.
They're doing work, Brigantine. So that is, I did get to go into the high-rise building, and I'm sorry, I know I was in your way. I think I got told a few times I was on the wrong side of the hose, but thank you for being patient with me. And I was watching them, you know, haul the gear up the steps and then connect to the standpipe. So how many different hoses then are stored on a truck to accommodate for all these different situations?
Well, over the years, the threads are all a standard thread size, so you don't have to worry about connecting different threads.
Okay.
And we have adapters if we run into different size pipes or hoses. But we carry 5-inch for our supply, 2.5 and 1 3/4 inch. Those are our 3 sizes. And then we have various adapters to connect to those basic sizes.
Okay. All right, well, it was very interesting to see these live burns. I'm hopeful I can go back out again because it was just fascinating to watch. So you heard it here, Brigantine. Our firefighters and EMS, they are very hard at work. They're constantly training, and we appreciate it so much. They do a wonderful job keeping us safe. So thanks for filling us in.
Thank you, Kelly.